What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing the Ravens content every single day. If you want to see that daily Ravens content, make sure the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. And in this video today, I'm talking about the Baltimore Ravens 6th round selections. They are on the clock right now. My quick thoughts, I think they could definitely go wide receiver. They could go linebacker. They could go edge. They could go guard. I think Brendan Rice is BPA, which the Ravens have certainly been doing with most of this draft. I don't think Ali was BPA. I think that was the Ravens really needed to get that guy, and they did not want to let another team snag him. But you know, they're certainly going to be doubling up, I think, right here, unless they go linebacker. Linebacker Curtis Jacobs is available, and I think he could be definitely a good option. But I mean, really, I'm just waiting to see what the Ravens do, because they've selected essentially everybody. And I do want to apologize if the Ravens draft a player that I do not know. It sometimes happens in the final couple of rounds. Sometimes they go with guys that I just haven't watched. So I may have to look some stuff up about them, maybe combine or statistics or something like that. So you'll still get my initial reaction. Really, the biggest thing is I'm curious to see what position they do end up selecting. We're also at the spot where the draft is really boring to watch because they don't show the draft selections, and they just flash the name across the screen. So kind of waiting on that. I have it on my phone. I also have the Oklahoma City game also on. So shout out OKC. They're dogging the New Orleans Pelicans right now, which is great. But Mel Kiper says O-line and edge is what they need. I was a little bit upset. Christian Mahogany went a few picks ago. And I was really looking for them to go after him. Bo Braid is another guy that I think they could definitely select. A safety. I definitely drafted him in 2 or 3 mock drafts in the mock drafts Monday that we did. So, definitely an option that I think the Ravens have. They're announcing the pick. The Baltimore Ravens are selecting. Let's see here. Devin Leary, quarterback out of Kentucky. This doesn't surprise me necessarily. I talked about this in the offseason and in mock drafts. There's a decent chance the Ravens do end up drafting a quarterback to become a backup for Lamar Jackson. Obviously, this is not a selection where you ever want him to play, but when you look at what the Ravens have in their quarterback room, obviously they have Josh Johnson, I think, on a 1-year deal. They traded or picked up Malik Cunningham. He's another option, but Malik Cunningham for the Patriots, he was working out as more than just a quarterback. They were kind of trying to transition him to wide receiver, so I don't necessarily know what his role on the Ravens will be. The thought is he can compete for a backup quarterback spot, but the Ravens did the same thing when they drafted Trace McSorley, and it worked out pretty well for them. Now, I don't know. I did not watch Leary. The back-end quarterbacks that I had watched were guys like Milton. I've watched Slovis. So I am going to look up Leary's combine just to see if he did run, if he did do anything like that, see a comp. But, okay, so he played at NC State before playing at Kentucky. I watched a couple of Kentucky games last year. He was a solid player. Nothing special by any means, again, but I think this is just an option where, hey, the Ravens are sitting here and they have so many draft picks, right? They have 2 7th-round draft picks as well, so they didn't value the other positions. Maybe they felt like they can snag a wide receiver in UDFAs or in the 7th round. Same with linebackers, same with guard. It really shows the emphasis of they believe in the draft picks that they've already made and the roster that they have, where they're going to be taking a backup quarterback. The other benefit of taking a backup quarterback like Leary is you're going to have him for 4 years under contract with you, whereas if you do it as an undrafted free agent, you're probably not getting him on a 4-year deal. You're getting him for a much shorter period of time, and then you don't have the, you have to hope that you sign the guy, whereas if you draft him, hey, this guy's going to be in your room. It's unlikely that if he doesn't make the roster that somebody's going to take him and put him on their 53-man roster. So it's a good way to have control over an option at backup quarterback. I'm really excited to now actually watch his film because I haven't watched it. So it's going to be really fun to watch that and see how he can fit in the Todd Monken offense as a backup if something were to happen, right? Obviously the hope is we never have to see him play. And that would be great, but just having a backup quarterback in the room is always going to be beneficial in my opinion. So solid draft pick, a good way to try and replace Snoop. Like, that's a position people don't talk about a lot as backup quarterback. It is valuable, and it is a position that we did need to fill because we filled almost every single other thing. Let me know in the comment section down below your guys' thoughts. Are you upset we haven't picked Brendan Rice? Are you upset we haven't picked Curtis Jacobs or Bo Braid? I think this is a solid pick. I probably wouldn't have made the pick, probably because I don't know much about him, but I have talked about it. I thought there was a good chance the Ravens would draft a quarterback at some point. I thought it might be Milton because of his rocket arm, but Milton's obviously gone. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe for more Taylor Ravens content. I'll see you with the next pick.